We are now ready for the main moto, number one of two motos. This is the first one, 250cc's. The superstars of Supercross are all here. There's Jeff Ward, the number 2 rider. He is checking out his start closely, packing down the dirt behind the gate, making sure he gets a good, solid, clean start. And there's the answer to the O show. Number 1, Johnny O'Mara, the defending champion here in Supercross, wearing the number 1 white plate, riding for Honda. And there's the motocross fox himself, Ricky Johnson, RJ, riding for Yamaha and Oakley, among others. Number 25, Bob Hurricane Hanna, aboard his Honda, making it into the main event. And your lineup is the who's who in Supercross. Number 1, David Bailey, blue plate. Number 9, that was Mark the Bomber Barnett. Number 5, Ricky Johnson. 2, Jeff Ward. Number 4, Brock Glover, the golden boy, with a nice flexible front fender. Number 1, the white plate, Johnny O'Mara, the O show. Number 24, that's Jim Hollywood Holly, into the first turn with the hole shot. Unbelievable. Ricky Johnson gets the hole shot. Now, can anybody pass Johnson? We know he can come up through the pack, but he's got the lead now. Can anybody pass the madman? And that is the tough section here on the track. The whoop-de-doos. Brock Glover makes it through there. Brock is in second place. Jeff Ward looks like he's in third. RJ loves the tough tracks. He is the master of the whoops. And he is now stretching out a lead. The name of the game in these factory wars of Supercross and Motocross is winning. And winning here for the riders doesn't mean some great salary, some great paychecks. It means trophies, and it means a big salary at the end of the year. How many Supercross, how many outdoor races can you win? Have you won? You've got a lot of potential, they'll sign you on. This man here has got great potential. 1984, he won the 250 title, the Outdoor Motocross Championship, and he wants a Supercross title. Ricky Johnson, they call him the Snickers Kid. Then he moved up to Flash. And now it's RJ, or the Style King, and he's in the lead aboard his 250 Yamaha. Teammate Brock Glover aboard the Yamaha also. Another teammate of Rick's is in second place. Jeff Ward on the Kawasaki back there in third. And there was a yellow machine back there. That could be Scott Burnworth on the Suzuki. Here's Ricky Johnson. Brock Glover followed by Jeff Ward. Jeff Ward putting a lot of pressure on Brock Glover now. A very fast section on the inside of the track. On the outside, there's some great jumps, and there's a section down the front straight that's got all whoops, and Ricky Johnson loves to go through those whoops, working his front forks. It's Johnson, Glover, Ward to the outside, Scott Burnworth. RJ not letting up, leading from start, possibly to finish. You've heard it many times before, but to finish first you must finish. And that's Ricky Johnson's philosophy. Although he's riding wild and riding right out front there, not holding back one bit. That's what it takes to lead the race. But to finish the race, you've got to be in great shape. You've got to have a great machine. The top factory riders have their own mechanics, and they have their special factory machines, like these bikes right here. In their garages, back at home, are their training bikes. And back in their garages also, weights. They train with weights, they ride bicycles, they work out every day. Top athletes, some of the best in the world are here, and Ricky Johnson is leading them. Right behind him, teammate Brock Glover, number 4 on the Yamaha. Jeff Ward now in a solid third place. Fourth place is Scott Burnworth on the Suzuki. Watch how the best in the business do it. Watch how they ride the track. And they pick the smoothest and the fastest line. Ricky Johnson using his legs as shock absorbers, rotating his body forward now. Back for traction, forward for steering traction. And Brock Glover right on his tail. There's Alan King, number 10. He's pushing his bike back to the pits. DNF for Alan King on the Kawasaki. Here's RJ, Ricky Johnson, number 5 on the Yamaha. Teammate, number 4, Brock Glover, the golden boy. In second place, he does his tear off, throws it off. Eating some dirt to Ricky Johnson, trying to pass him. Getting a clear vision here. It's Ricky Johnson, Brock Glover, and Jeff Ward. Final couple of laps are winding it down. Mark Barnett now has moved into 4th spot. Ron Lachine is into 5th. The checkered flag for Ricky Johnson crossing the finish line. A great first moto victory for RJ. Teammate Brock Glover 2nd. There's Mark Barnett, Ron Lachine, Scott Burnworth, Goat Brecker. And Ricky Johnson, hands in the air. A great clicker, great hands in the air. A great clicker, great photo finish for Ricky Johnson, picking up the points in moto number 1.
The future stars of motocross, they're only this big, but they're going for it.
Robbie Hammond, who comes from the San Fernando Valley. Give him a cheer that far side as they come by. Holy smoke, he's back up and he's okay. If he can only get going before we get back to 3rd place there, I believe that's Danny Hampshire on a Yamaha who's behind him. Dominic Pablo will not be able to get back up until 4th place.
The toughest usher, rated number 1 in the world. Your name?
LeVan James.
And James, you have thrown people into the track, you throw them out of the Coliseum. Why? Do they drink too much?
Yeah, they can't handle it sometimes when they're drinking it all right. But most people maintain their business and take care of everything.
Okay, are the Supercross fans the wildest in the world?
Yeah, they're wilder than the football. They be up on it, though.
The Golden Boy, Brock Glover. David Bailey, known as the Little Professor, standing in at 6'2", 160 pounds, the Grand National Champion. Here's a Little Professor himself. Number 2, Jeff Ward on the Kawasaki. There's Johnson, number 5. There's Glover from behind. There's Lachine, number 6. And the start, main moto number 2, the Miller High Life main moto here at Anaheim Stadium. The whole shot, Scott Burnworth, number 39 on the Suzuki. Right behind him, here comes Brock Glover, the Golden Boy, moving up quickly through the whoops. Glover makes his move. Closing in on Burnworth. Around, out the back, it's Glover now. Takes the lead over Scott Burnworth on the Suzuki. The Golden Boy with the lead. A true motocross champion in his own right. His major championship achievements include 3-time 125cc national champion in 78, 79, and 1977, his first year. South Pacific champion in Tahiti, 1978. The 500cc national championship in 1981. The Trans USA champion in 81. 250cc Golden State Series championship in 81. The Score Supercross Masters champion in 1981. The 250cc Trans-Cal Series championship in 1982. At 25 years old, he has won the richest single motocross ever. It was the Miller Masters at the LA Coliseum, where in a single moto, he won a winner-take-all $30,000. And can he win tonight here at Anaheim? A second place in the first moto. Now, a first place in this moto will net him a first place overall, but the competition is tough. It's Johnny O'Mara on Honda. In second place, Jeff Ward in third from the Kawasaki team. The mechanics wave him on, trying to get some inspired riding among the back runners. A crash in one turn. It's Lachine, number 6. Ricky Johnson on the Yamaha, number 5. Johnson gets his bike off Lachine's. First one to start and take off. They've lost a lot of ground. There's Hollywood Holly, there's Lachine. He gets off. They are way back in the pack now. Tough luck for Ricky Johnson, who won the first moto. Back to the lead. It's Brock, the Golden Boy Glover, from El Cajon, California, 25 years old. And he has a clear open field in front of him. Jeff Ward now, number 2, has moved into second. The number 8 bike is Goat Brecker on the Kawasaki. And there's Lachine, number 6. He has passed Ricky Johnson, who's way back in the pack. Not much hope for Ricky Johnson. One of San Diego's greatest all-time racers out of El Cajon, California. Brock the Golden Boy Glover. And he is stretching out a big lead. Starting to pass slower riders now in the main event. There's Johnny O'Mara, the Osho. He's flying high and mighty. The white plate. It's Glover with a solid lead. There's the Osho, white number plate number 1, the defending Supercross champion. Here's Jeff Ward, the Flying Freckle, number 2 on the Kawasaki, Team Green. Yamaha very happy with Brock Glover through the whoops. Watch how Brock takes this turn, this 90-degree turn to the left, to the outside. Here comes Osho to the inside. White flag out, 1 lap to go. Can Johnny O make up the time? It's Brock Glover. If he just can hang on, no mistakes, he will have a first place in this second moto, which gives him a first place overall. The checker flag out. It's Glover. And Johnny O'Mara second. Here comes third place for Jeff Ward, making it through the whoops. Looks back, and a solid third place for Jeff Ward. Number 9, Mark Barnett on the Kawasaki. The Bomber places 4th. Goat Brecker, a 5th place. Those are the final results. Ricky Johnson placing first in the first moto. Glover first in the second moto. Glover first overall. Second place, Jeff Ward, Mission Viejo, California on the Kawasaki. Mark the Bomber Barnett on the Kawasaki coming in third. Ricky Johnson